Lords and ladies, I was vibing to that music far too much. But anyways, welcome back to MyStreet, 5 years later, with your host, Jacob Butter. Alrighty. Well, met Lost Neddies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of MyStreet 5 years later. Today, as usual, I am joined by a guest. It's a guest that you have seen here many times, and somebody that I have actually written with several things on several different occasions. I'm, of course, talking about somebody with an A and an I in their name in that order. That would, of course, be Aphmau. Hello.
I was like, oh cool, Aiden's joining us.
You're the only person who knew who the guest was, and that still fooled you. I love that.
Well, I can't see everyone else in the back room or whatever.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Because you know, obviously, you and I have plans anyway, despite what's going on now. So yeah, I guess the sooner we get through this one, the sooner we can resume that. Because I actually had a thought about one of the ideas that you had before, but I can't say what the thing is while we're on camera. So
was just about to ask which one because there were like 70, but yeah, that's fair.
Okay, yeah, like I said, writing on several things. All right. Anyways, let's review. Today we're looking at Hiding Aphmau, Starlight episode 25. And if memory serves me correctly, we just got to the point where people are returning to the island. So we should be at the stage where, of course, you know, they're trying to, well, hide Aphmau. The title, for once, actually makes sense in a MyStreet video. Who would have thought? Without further distraction, on with the reaction. So Quiet using me for like stealth at this point.
Runs into door.
Ah! Shh! Huh? What are you doing here?
Nothing.
You're definitely doing something here. What are you doing near Aphmau and Aaron's room, huh? Trying to listen to them making out or something?
Wow, it's almost like that's... I wonder whose first reflex would be to ask that question. It baffles the mind.
That sounds like something only a weirdo would do.
No.
You know what? She's not wrong. It does sound like something only a weirdo would do. And ladies and gentlemen, we have two weirdos here at this point in the series.
Of course we do, because they're like the best characters ever.
Well, that's telling, isn't it?
Trying to listen to them make out.
What? Why would you admit that?
Because I have no shame!
Kawaii-chan, why would you not admit that? Pretty much everyone knew that was your whole thing. For years. Why are you suddenly embarrassed of this?
I mean, I have some shame
Just
when it
stop.
comes to other people. But Aaron is family, my brother, and I am a supportive sister!
Wait.
Yes, and also a very loud sister. If you don't want to be heard, don't yell everything like this. Especially when she knows there's like at least one werewolf on the other side. There's actually two now. They're gonna hear you.
Is she also currently under the impression that they were non-decent?
That was last episode, so she clearly like went away, but then like snuck back. Unless this is like what happens immediately after that happens, and she still thinks they're not decent. In which case, it might not be just making out she wants to listen into.
Sister?
You didn't know? I swore I told you before.
So, what
Have these two talked, apart from last episode?
do you say you ship them?
Excuse me? I'm a grown woman. I have important business meetings, drink red wine, and watch Game of Thrones.
Of course, all of those things are what grown people do. I've definitely not heard of any teenagers watching Game of Thrones ever.
Or drinking wine.
Yeah, I was about to say that's another thing.
And I know CEOs who are teenagers, so
Also, is red wine that rare in the US? Because over here you get quite a lot of variety of that.
no, it's not rare, but like wine's kind of just like not something that every other kid gets their hands on. It's usually more like beer.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yes, I do ship them.
They are going to. There we go. To finish my sentence.
Ow, my ears!
That sounded like fangirling.
Oh no.
The distinctive cry of the fangirl. She's here. She has arrived.
You don't think? I do too! I'm here to check to see how they're doing!
Same. Want to check on them together?
Yes!
You know, you could have saved time by just teaming up before, but alright.
Maybe the door is like soundproof
Shoot.
Well,
for
no,
like, 'cause-
it's not entirely soundproof, clearly.
well, like high pitched noises just happen to get through, but Melissa screaming is on the lower end usually.
Yeah. Yeah, she does have a slightly lower voice than a lot of the other female characters on the show, so I guess.
They have
You
it
know,
locked.
anime based.
Sounded like Melissa.
That's not good.
Oh, see, well, they can hear her now, I guess.
Run!
They've had it locked since we've gotten back.
Not on my watch.
Huh?
Stand back, cutie.
This is not a supportive sister move. Also, I don't care that you said cutie. Leave whatever comments you want in the chat. That's not the point.
What are you gonna do?
Ready or not, here we come.
Hold on a second. Did Kawaii-chan punch the other door? Because like both doors crumbled at the same time, which makes me think that either they like scolded like the model like very quickly. They used the same character to punch the doors very quick. But I think I saw Kawaii-chan's fist move for a slight second, which makes
Okay,
me
but I
think that
think
in, like
the intent was
in-game,
that Melissa was kicking
they
the
actually-
middle of the door.
yeah, I know. Just that you can't physically do that in Minecraft.
Wait,
I
yes
guess
you
that's because,
can.
like, they're so
There are
used to,
like the
like,
double
only one
doors.
door being-
Like in mods, there are like
Yes,
when
that's
you
what
put down.
that's what we just saw.
Yeah. So you can.
Oh, I
destroy
see
both
what you
those-
mean. Okay. One of those. All right.
They're not here. Is there
Aha. Decoys.
a shedding or something? There's twice as much fur around.
And you calculated his normal fur shedding because
Because she lives with him,
supportive
and that's kind of
sister?
like, yeah, because like okay, so like girls, I don't know if this happens to you, but like their hair falls out if it's like too long or like and stuff like that. So like between
Oh yeah,
me
no,
and
I've
my
had that
entire
before. I have
family,
my huge afro. Yeah.
yeah, I know how much hair is generally mine, mainly because I brush my hair like all the time so that it doesn't happen to me because it just annoys me. But like I know like how much hair like my mom loses and stuff like that.
This is like
And
a
I
very
also-
odd detail to focus on, but okay.
I also know how much hair my dog loses because I have to clean it up.
Okay, that makes more sense.
This way!
She basically raised him.
Can I just say, in Falcon Claw University, when Aaron escapes, it's always through the window or like, across a balcony or something down to like the floor level. None of the agents ever worked this out. Kawaii-chan knows instantly. That just shows how much better Kawaii-chan was as a spy of Aphmau and Aaron than the agents hired specifically to spy on Aaron and monitor
Wasn't
his
this also the
moves.
only other door aside from the entrance?
I mean, even if it weren't that, you still knew that something was up. Like it could have just been the locked door before they left, but no, it was like this.
Jiminy Cricket on a stick over a campfire.
Okay, Melissa has never said that in her life before. Are they trying to make some sort of like catchphrase or thing that she's like? Oh wait, no, They're turning into sandy cheeks. That's what they're doing.
Have those two been acting so weird lately?
Maybe something is wrong.
How much did I miss? Not much. Kawaii-chan and Melissa backed into each other, realized they both were Aaron, kicked down the doors, and invasion of privacy. No, Melissa said she was supportive sister. Aaron and Aphmau jumped out the window before they, at that point. Kawaii-chan figured out instantly she's being proves better than the Guardian Forces I ever were, and we're off now. Not Guardian Forces, the agents. Anyway.
Why
So
didn't
yes,
they
that's
go
what's
up them
happened.
to the roof?
That's true. That was kind of their thing before. I guess maybe because if they went on the roof, they wouldn't have anywhere else to run. Possibly
They
they
can
could have
jump
just gone,
off
I
the
guess,
houses.
over the. They could have just gone off over the other side.
Yeah, not down, the main path.
I suppose. Yeah.
The only thing I
in
can
the
think
room
of is
since
that they could hear the footprints, like the footsteps on the roof.
Yeah, true. But then again, if people actually heard stuff in this series, we would have solved a lot of the other issues that people wouldn't talk as loudly about each other in their own earshots before. I remember this one, and I liked liking this episode a lot. Well, hopefully you'll like it again. I mean, we're liking it so far. It's going back to the bizarre silliness that you just can't quantify of the classic MyStreet, which again is why I say that season 5 combines the dark the aspects of season 4 and also the lighter stuff of the earlier ones, and that's why I like it so much, because it doesn't pick one, it does both. It gives everyone something that they can actually that they can latch onto. They can.
I too like season 5, as season 4 was not my I'm not a fan of it.
Okay, which is interesting because you said when watching season 4 before that you felt like you didn't even need to go back and watch the other seasons when you first started watching the series.
Well,
so
yeah,
I'm glad that,
but then I liked the vibe better. Like,
Yeah.
season 4 is not my thing, because I'm not into, like, the horror movies or anything like that, or the mystery build-up, to be honest.
it's almost like I tried to tell you that 4 years ago. Oh well, you got there eventually. But yeah, I wasn't the most fan of all season 4 either. It was only like the last 5 episodes that were really like any good for me.
I'm back.
I liked Irene.
Aaron's just trying to keep Aphmau all to himself. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Come on, let's go love them.
That's another thing that happens so much in earlier MyStreet is the fact that you just have like the characters will say like an out of nowhere super passionate, like hilarious line. That's one of my favorite aspects of Aphmau's writing ever.
Yes.
Sorry for making you get up so fast. When you heard Melissa, I knew she wasn't gonna let up without seeing us.
It's
Okay, when she heard Melissa, how are her ears already better than your Ultima ones?
Honestly, I think it's
I
more
don't-
like he could hear Melissa from a very long distance away and then couldn't differentiate between how close she was, I guess, because she's loud enough as it is.
I guess, and then Aphmau has better proximity, I guess, recognition, or I
Because
don't
her
know.
ears aren't as good yet.
Aphmau has proximity chat on and Aaron doesn't. Okay. Also, I have a fun story to tell. This one is related to Aphmau. Okay. All right, go ahead and tell the story while we keep going.
it's fine.
We'll have to face everyone about this eventually, but not yet. Especially when
How grounded
Melissa's
will you
acting like
be?
this. You okay, babe?
I'm fine. Doing much better than before.
I mean, she honestly does sound much better. I guess the pain is subsiding much quicker than expected.
Back this way, Kawaii-chan. My snooter has picked something up.
And there it is, the word snooter for the second time in the actual canon. It was used a lot in the mini games, and the only time it's ever mentioned is the fact that Aaron canonically confirms that the human characters don't have noses in the MyStreet universe.
Oh no. Psst.
Huh?
Huh? Psst. This way.
Yes, Terry.
Why are you there? Why are you hiding there?
He's
Terry?
spying on Travis,
Is
right?
he?
Should we go?
Well, he's in the wrong house.
They're not in a house
And
anymore.
Gotcha! What? Where did they go? I could have sworn they were behind this bush.
Can your snooter not tell the scent is moving away?
Maybe the wrong bush?
Maybe. Come on, let's keep looking.
I want to see Kawaii-chan as like get on Melissa's shoulders and just like zoom across, like having like the panoramic vision.
Oh my god.
As if see, that's the thing. You've ever seen an occasion between like Melissa and Lucinda and Melissa and Kim, sometimes whatever. Melissa and Kawaii-chan will probably be best friends. I can see that.
Friends, that's a difference.
I mean, I know. People talk about other types of connections, whatever. I'm just saying, these two could be best friends, and honestly, they're both business entrepreneurs as well. They have that in common too, because of the Kawaii Treat Maid Suite Cafe.
Okay, but only for a little longer. I have to meet someone soon.
She's being responsible with her shipping.
I
Thanks
know,
for
right?
getting us out of that.
Oh, man. Aaron, I didn't realize you had so many gals after you.
One is enough.
Well, you did steal all of Travis's fangirls in the Romeo and Juliet audition, so clearly you're not against the concept entirely.
Hey!
I mean, like, you keep my hands full. In a way I love.
Oh, I see.
No, ugh.
Thanks for helping us out there.
Not a problem.
That's one thing that's consistent about Aaron as well, is the fact that, again, classic thing from back in the day, when he was much shyer, he was always the one who was constantly getting flustered. Well, actually, unless he was flustering Aphmau, it was weirdly like equal between them actually, and I like that dynamic.
Problem. I saw two girls chasing you, and I was like, I bet they're ruining a very romantic moment. I need to stop them.
Ah, yes, a very romantic moment. A
Sleeping on
painful,
separate areas.
excruciating run away whilst transforming. Romance.
It wasn't a romantic moment. Just,
Let me believe.
then yeah, we were doing romantic stuff.
We were
Yes.
running away together to elope, and I don't know.
Watching her wake up as the sun glared through the window.
We don't have a
Okay.
window in our bedroom.
Why do I feel like this is just
Let me believe.
this is like our dynamic writing fan fiction, because you'll propose something like like a very like passionate way, and then I will just shut it down with like the actual facts of the franchise.
The
Let me
facts
believe.
don't matter. Exactly. He
They-
said, "Let me
They
believe."
do
See?
when you want it to be authentic.
Hey,
Who cares
I
about
have windows in my
authenticity?
place here.
Me. If I'm
But
gonna
it's
write a
fan
fan-
fiction.
Yes, it's a fan project in the fiction made by somebody else. I mean,
It
okay,
can be
fine.
cracked.
I
It
will
can
s-
be
I will say-
totally
I
bizarre.
will say, you don't need. Okay, fine. To everyone out there, you don't need to make it so authentic to like if you're doing a fan fiction of a franchise or something. But yeah, in my case, I feel like if I'm doing like a text or something film based or something like that, I like to try and mimic the style, because that's what drew people in as well as the story. It's a part of it. It's another detail. And I'm speaking a lot right now, and I realize my battery is running low. So I guess Maya can provide the counter arguments while I rush downstairs to get the cable.
As I was preparing, perfect. So I got this friend. Said friend loves Harry Potter just as much as I do. Read every single book. And has admitted that she does not like the writing style. She does not like the entire just J.K. Rowling's writing style is not good. Her ideas, great. Her portrayal of her own ideas sucked, apparently. Obviously, I have no experience with this, aside from getting very, very bored with her own books.
Oh yeah, it's very obvious when you talk to Maya that she's not read any of the books.
Yeah, I really haven't. I don't know anything about the books, honestly, but I can tell you, like, every other fan fiction trope. That kinds of stuff. I can list a bunch of random spells that I've seen on Super Carlin Brothers, but, like, even then, generally, it's like, I don't remember what this was used for. I have no context aside from whatever happened in Super Carlin Brothers.
This is why we team up, because she has the knowledge of fan fiction, I have the knowledge of Harry Potter.
You have the knowledge of actual story. I have the knowledge of complete and utter craziness.
So yeah, basically, if we, you'll prepare to soon see something that's going to be the attempt at clashing those very two polarizing ideas together.
This is why Aiden and I should write something.
I don't know about that necessarily, because Aiden does, again, having written a lot with him, he doesn't actually go super bizarre a lot of the time, and he actually does try to stick to some elements of logic and consistency, and also he pays attention to a lot more detail.
He does use a lot of detail.
You'd be surprised how similar he is to me. The thing is that if you actually propose something with enough passion, he might actually back down before considering the implications. More likely than I am.
Because I can write with Aiden and have a somewhat consistent story while leaving in every inconsistency I can think of.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay. So like it's a consistent story, but it has all the random crack moments. Like that cough scene that me and Quincy were talking about earlier,
Yes, which, by the way, that's the thing I thought of before. I have a way of making that work.
Oh my god, you do?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Are you going to completely destroy it to make it work?
Not entirely.
So
but
yes, basically.
I mean, I'm going to troll the audience a little bit. Anyway, that's it for now.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's
Leave
keep
the
going.
tease
Plus
in.
unlimited werewolf insurance. Why don't you guys stay here for a bit while the heat dies down? I've got pizza in the oven.
Pizza count! Pizza count! I finally brought it back! Pizza count! How many episodes? It's been like 4 seasons, but it's finally back! Pizza count!
What
no one knows
pizza
that
count?
reference. It was a reference I made when I started the 5 Years Later series 2 years ago, because Aphmau mentioned pizza so much, and then she stopped doing it, so I couldn't do the pizza count thing. I used to also have a slice of pizza with me when I was streaming sometimes, so I just eat a slice of pizza at the same time. It was like the Levi drink as well. It's like a secondary food-based meme I had going on. Oh well.
Pizza?
Looks like we'll be taking you up on that.
Oh, see? Aphmau's excited about the pizza. You can tell she's missed it.
Plus, we could both use a second to catch our breath.
Great. Now, please don't mind the mess here. I'm not great at cleaning. Come, this way.
Don't mind the mess here. Come this way.
Don't mind the mess. Here, come this way.
Yeah, something like that, pretty much. I'm just thinking of that scene again from the Harry Potter films, where Harry meets Bane the Centaur, and he's like, "Harry Potter, this is where I leave you." Even though in the movie they don't actually travel anywhere. That's a line from the book, but the "this is where I leave you" makes sense because he's actually leaving him somewhere.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else.
So, Kawaii-chan, tell me about Zane.
Huh? What do you mean? Like, why I'm with him?
Oh, tell me about Zane. Who is this Zane character? I don't know them. Enlighten me.
No, I'm past that.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, really? That was quick for you, Caitlin.
I mean, I just found out, but maybe I did kinda overreact.
You didn't! Trust
I thought she was going to say I did kind of suspect something was going on, which would have made perfect sense. Again, it's been 3 seasons at least.
me! You didn't know and were surprised. And that's fine!
Well, regardless, let me be the first, or maybe last, person to say congrats.
Ah! Caitlin! You really are just like anyone just has a dig at Zane. Seriously, it's been, again, 4 seasons down the line and Zane's still the butt of everyone's jokes.
Thank you!
Now to the juicy part. Tell me.
Oh, okay. BRB have eaten something for like a day, then eating a jar of pickle juice and drinking the pickle juice maybe 6, so I'll BRB. Alright. That was, yeah, again, smart decision. Even I've had food today, jeez.
Me. What's so hot about Zane? What's behind the mask?
What?
Huh. You know, I never thought I'd use hot and Zane in the same sentence before.
Me neither! Where did that come from, Caitlin?
I mean, like,
Oh? You are really blushing.
Can you blame her? You just right out said what is hot about Zane. Good lord, Caitlin, really? She did the same thing about Travis and you would start punching the walls or something. Oh, you're saying the DM in Discord. Oh, because it was a long story. Alright, fair enough. Let me check then. Oh, never mind. Apparently actually, good news. I checked Discord because what you said, and apparently Emily has actually sent me the last musical scene that I needed for the next episode, which means I can now actually officially click them all. So there you go. Season 3 can actually start sometime soon. Thank goodness.
like he has beautiful eyes, and his lips are.
What?
He also has freckles, apparently.
He has lips? Like, what, does he take off
No, he's a telepath, Kaden. Of course he has lips.
the mask when you guys kiss, or does he, like, kiss through the mask?
Actually, because of the Minecraft models, he kisses through the mask. That is how that goes. Because you never see him pull it up whenever they break apart, meaning he must kiss through the mask. So, yeah.
I mean, he must, right? Do you move it? Has he touched your ears? Oh, what about
Oh my word, we got back to this. What is it with werewolves and meatballs? Like that constant things. Like, has he touched your really? Am I gonna have to make a meatwurm allegory as well at this point? I really hope not. Please don't make me do that.
your tail?
Okay, too many questions!
Oh, sorry. Don't get to gossip often. I'm just curious what it's like with him.
Yeah, then actually wait for her to answer the questions then. You're saying all this at once. Actually get a response first. That's how you gossip properly. Trust me, I know.
I'd imagine it'd be like dating a duck.
A duck?
I don't know, it just seems appropriate.
That's awfully specific.
Hey, ladies.
Kai!
Hey, Kawaii-chan. I haven't seen you in ages.
No
Yeah.
kidding, it's great to see you, Kai! What are you...
But, sorry. Before we get into anything, I can't stay long. I'm a part of the Ruan fundraiser being held for wildlife around Starlight.
Hold on a second. Starlight's still in the Ruan. Oh, of course it is. I just remembered. One of the theories that I never actually developed was the fact that the Starlight Island is actually the same island we see in season 2/3 of Minecraft Diaries, where the Phoenix Alliance is based. I don't have any proof of that, so I never made the video, but still.
Oh, really? That sounds fun.
It will be, and it's for a good cause. It's supposed to be a pretty awesome party. Either way, I wanted to stop by to invite you ladies to come to it.
What?
Also, didn't you just organize a party last episode? Are you doing another one?
Really?
Yeah. Feel free to bring friends if you decide to come.
Oh, thanks so much, Kai.
No problem. Look,
Yeah, bring that Travis fellow. He didn't say that, did he? Anyways, let's look at this. Another long comments. Okay, so I'm working on an Aphmau multi-animator project with some people. We have been using Discord as the main communication for the project, and everyone there has been getting along. This is, by the way, is the comment from Pretty Plays that's in here. Last night, I dreamt about person A, who's been struggling on their animation part being finished, and it was awesome. That's all in caps, by the way. It says that was awesome. Yeah. I messaged them in the group chat about what happened. They thought it was too funny. What makes this better is that person B messaged that they were working on their part when they fell asleep by accident. Person B dreamt, again, capital letters, that they finished their part, but they soon woke up to the animation part incomplete. We both realized what happened, and it was hilarious when we connected the information together. On the same project, I guess, same hours, so maybe it's possible, but that is definitely a weird coincidence, certainly. I don't know what to make of that again. Then again, you know, I have dreamt about editing sometimes, but usually not because editing's super tedious for me. So I tend to isolate my dreams from that entirely. Maybe about the project itself being finished and what it will look like in the future. That's at the most.
Look forward to seeing you, ladies. You especially, Caitlin. See ya!
Rude. Kawaii-chan.
That sounds like fun!
Yeah, it does. Oh, hey, don't try to distract me. Let's get back to those sane questions.
Oh my word.
Rory eating!
Hey!
I actually didn't fall for that. Like, of all people.
This is your place?
Yeah, I've been staying here for the summer. Travis and Caitlin are right next door, and
Why was there a frying pan on the sofa? There was a frying pan on the sofa. What?
yeah, I was sorry for the mess.
This is worse than Af's closet.
Hey!
Brutal honesty. Now that's how you maintain a relationship.
I mean, sometimes. I will say, with the recent experiences that I've had, can backfire occasionally.
But alas, I know what you mean. This place is a mess. Grown man, and I still haven't learned to pick up after myself.
Do you have a bathroom I could find? I mean, use!
Sure do. It's over by the kitchen.
Where is that?
Behind the, boxes over there.
I'll be right back!
How can you get to the kitchen without the boxes being there? Also, what are in these boxes?
You okay, babe?
Can you imagine that Terry had some sort of like artifact, like another realm breaker or something in the boxes this whole time, and they just never found it?
I'll be fine. I need to move around after all. It makes me feel better.
Oh, gotcha.
So, Aaron, what are you planning after this?
Not sure. There's a lot going on at the house at the moment. Everything's a tad bit crazy.
I bet. Especially if you're trying to hide the fact Aphmau is a werewolf.
I do love how Terry just picks up on this stuff all the time. And the fact the episode's called Hiding Aphmau, yet the first person who has actually seen Aphmau so far, apart from Aaron, I guess I'm Melissa and Kwai-chan from a distance, figures it out instantly. Terry's amazing.
What? No, she isn't.
I can tell something is off about her. And if you're smart
Yeah, you know, I can feel her aura, almost like I've never felt this version of her aura before.
about it, you can put two and two together. Plus, her ears popping out of her hat.
That's, just the way her hat looks.
And her butt is looking much bigger than before.
That's because... Wait, what?
I'm just saying. It's pretty evident she's got two things going for her. And if people...
Oh, two things going for her. Dearie me. Okay.
know what you are, then, well...
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure this is between you two. Just make sure no one else on the island knows about who you are.
I also love the fact that Terry waits consistently his way to be like alone with Aaron before talking about this stuff that he doesn't really want Aphmau to know. Like, also the proposal, because obviously Zach spilled the beans on that one very quickly. So, but yeah, he's still been respectful about it. You know what? Hold on. Levi drink to Teddy. Teddy? Sorry, thinking about my Harry Potter fanfic character again. Levi drink to Terry. Terrence. Valkrum. Father of Travis. There we go. You know something? This mug actually kind of looks like the original one from the Levi poster that I keep mocking. Especially because also it actually says T on it. Oh, wait, you can't. Hold on, let me try this. Yeah, there we go. There it is. There it is. You can see it says T. I don't know. Just like one of the things that's here in my nan's house. You know, that should be a thing that someone does at some point. You know, like the whole like "what's in my bag" trend from a while ago. It's like, oh yeah, what's in my cupboards? What's in my blah 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 or something, like, I don't know, what's in my dishwasher, my fridge, I don't know, something like that. Maybe we'll just show off like random like normal items that are, you know, they're not like super expensive but like are unique, something like that. I don't know.
Either. Wonder.
It's much better than having like, oh, here's my you know, £1,000 Gucci makeup case blah blah thing, you know, that you can buy here if you have, you know, life savings to blow or something. I don't know, whatever things beauty gurus did back in the day.
Heard you or your father was here. Anyways.
Oh, don't worry, they have that covered. They're the Wolfwares now. No one will know that they're here.
I have to admit, I heard that you can turn someone by bite, but I've never actually seen it before.
It was more painful for her than I thought it was going to be. She's still in pain, and it's been a few days.
Well, she's alive, and that's all that matters.
Definitely.
Dumb phone. I thought I put you on silent.
I mean, clearly not. You paused for ages.
Where is my phone?
And speaking of items that Terry would have around his house, well. Actually, that makes too much sense. Because bear in mind, the demonic broadsword in Minecraft Diaries was actually a sword specifically designed to kill werewolves. So if you're gonna try and threaten Atlan the Ultimas and their lineage, then got the perfect excuse right here.
It's my mom. I thought she was in the museum.
Wait, oh, Terry's mom is still alive? That raises a whole host of possibilities. Because that means that that woman has seen 3 generations of vessels of Michael. I wonder if she knows. I must remember this. I must retain this information.
Huh? Cool, huh?
Yeah. What is it?
Bet you didn't expect to see something like that in this mess, huh?
It kind of seems
The
out of
demon
place.
broadsword.
Is it? Remember Zach?
Yeah, I just went over it.
He's been moving his office into another.
Yeah, I said that actually Terry having this makes a lot of sense, because if you think about it, you know, the demonic broadsword was designed in Minecraft Diaries to kill werewolves. So if you're going to threaten the ultimate lineage, then, you know, good to have that thing around.
Other part of the island and asked me to hold some of his stuff for him. That stuff ended up being a lot of boxes and this guy over here. Zach says it's over 7,000 years old. Or was it?
Or, you know, at least 900.
9,000 years.
Or 9,000. Okay, fine. That works too.
Can't remember. It's old. It's amazing that it's still in this condition.
I hope they're not implying that the world of Minecraft Diaries takes place in the year 7000 BC, because no, it just doesn't. But yeah.
It could.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's like fairly rooted like medieval times.
Okay. But this is
That'd be,
Aphmau.
Okay, I guess. Does that mean that we're in like the very distant future time-wise, or like the calendar has just reset or something?
The world did reset. The world reset multiple times, as previously mentioned.
Okay, but when they say the world reset, what does that entail? That's the real question.
We also, even if like Minecraft Diaries happened in medieval period, that would only be like 900 years.
Exactly.
It was
that's why I
mentioned
thought
that
900 years, because actually 900 years is also a time passage that has happened before, Like for example with Zoe and also the previous Irene also lived 900 years before the events of Diaries, and 900 is a multiple of 15.
Yes, but it was previously mentioned that this was not the first time that she reset the world.
Yeah, again, we don't really know what that entails necessarily. It could be it could be just like the people themselves, or like the entire thing reboots and we go back to essentially the Big Bang.
Have you
But
ever
also
there's an anime on Netflix that's called like Her Song or something. I can Lost Song. I think that you should watch that because the way I'm imagining it is similar to how they portray it, where the entire world, it's like an endless loop.
So the Matrix.
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen The Matrix.
I see. Okay. Also, BB says technology clearly evolved quicker in this universe. MC's all out time pessimism too crazy. Okay. If that were, I mean, yes, maybe the technology did evolve quicker, but then it also seemingly would have stagnated and just stayed consistent for ages. Although, who knows? Maybe that's why My Hero Academia exists 7 years before the manga came out in this universe. It's possible,
Yes.
I guess. That sword is very cool. I really like the design. Yeah.
As you should. That is the coolest sword in the entire show. Aside from, who was it? Amber's dagger. Amber's dagger is really cool, actually.
Fair enough.
And Dante's double sword.
It took a while of suspicion of whether this was actually the demonic broadsword or not, because they remade like the model for it. Because the original demonic broadsword did not look like this. It looked much more pixelated and,
it was more pixelated, but like I thought it was obvious. Like that was honestly my default, because what else would it be? Like I never considered anything else. Mind you, that could have been because I was obsessed with Eren and that was the coolest sword ever. It was also like purple, so like duh.
I mean, it might look purple somewhat, but it also is somewhat navy blue.
Okay, but it looks purple to me.
I mean, it's in a purple casing, so I can understand that.
Oh, so maybe I assumed with like false.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, yes, it turned out to be correct. It's just that yeah. For me, it was like that's probably the demonic broadsword, but I'm gonna hold off for now because I like what some people think. I hold off on judgment until I have like other evidence for stuff. That's why even my most crackpot theories are 18 minutes long each, because I actually did take the time to think, okay, but how could I justify this? And we're just going to review that information for your essay. Yeah, your essay is going to be a book at this point.
Man who hunted various creatures, demons, and werewolves.
I wonder who that man is.
Actually, you may want to be careful around it. Whatever it's made of is supposed to be deadly for werewolves.
Although it looks a lot smaller.
One cut from it would poison your blood. Pretty awesome, though, right? I mean, aside from the poison part.
That is pretty awesome.
So, I have an idea.
What's that?
There's this place on the side of the island that's supposed to be, well, beautiful. It's pretty high up, so you get an amazing view of the island. Heck, there's even a legend that at dusk, the water around it does something cool. But it's probably just an internet myth.
I think I know the place you're talking about. I was scoping out locations before I've got to the island.
And you also said that you chose one in a previous episode because you said that you had to swim there.
Locations.
So, well, yes, he scoped out locations, but we know that he also picked a location before because he said you had to swim somewhere. So maybe they just forgot about that. I don't know.
Probably. That seems about right.
I attempted to make a cosplay sword. Let's say don't use those packaging foam. I still have it with me. Fair
Honestly,
enough. I mean, yeah, that
have you guys
ever
have you ever been to medieval times?
No.
Okay. Well, you can buy like I have a sword or whatever. Honestly, if I was trying to cosplay it, I would probably just color the pixels the right colors to match the old one. But it would just be like
I went to I went to Legoland a couple of times. Times, like, when I was a kid. Once was for my brother's birthday, and while I was there, we were like in the Legoland has like separate sections where you have like the different themes. I think there's like a pirate theme, a night theme. I don't remember the other themes. It's been too long, but yeah, the night theme in particular. At that point, you actually had the option to buy two different swords. There's one like a sword that's got like a white blade with like a ruby encrusted in it. There's like black blade and an emerald. My favorite color is green, so I chose one with the emerald, and I called it Emerald. It was just a cardboard sword that I kept with me, and then I kept on like using it for years afterwards. Because like a lot of the time, I realized that whenever we went to like on walks and stuff and places, there were lots of nettles. So I take this sword out and I just like slash the nettles. People would be able to pass and stuff as well. So yeah, imagine a cardboard sword built to be used like once in a theme park, just being used constantly for years on end, like just slowly breaking and chipping away, like coming.
You know what's funny? I don't have to.
Ah, okay.
Because I still have the stupid swords from medieval times. That
I
like
lost mine.
I think we broke a couple of the like shields or axes between like me and my siblings, like roughhousing and stuff. But I'm pretty sure the swords are still intact, or at least almost.
Interesting. The handles of the things that break in this case. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I just end up losing emeralds one day because I was very devastated, actually.
I would assume a sibling stole it.
A book, might as well do that. At the point, my first published book. Hey, you know what? Why not? Yeah, a published book about MyStreet. I'd love to see that. I mean, we've heard Aphmau had plans of making Minecraft Diaries into a book format, and part of me really is curious to see Minecraft Diaries as a diary. Should that be the options he chooses? But yeah, who knows?
Phoenix Peak?
Yes, that place. I was thinking, well,
of course it's called Phoenix Peak. What else would it be called?
You and Aphmau are trying to hide this little secret you got. Why not camp out there? I'm more than happy to lend you guys some supplies for it.
That place.
Yeah, where do you even find your supplies, Terry? Are they in the boxes?
You know what? Yeah.
No, the boxes
I'm
are
absolutely
Zach's
down
stuff.
for that idea.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I'll help you guys get ready to go.
So sorry it took so long. I had a big dookie that
Babe, he knows.
What?
It's okay. We can trust him.
Oh,
No, you can't.
Want me to tell anyone?
Okay, you can trust him, if you know what I mean.
I should
No,
probably
you
take down
can't.
that tweet I just posted.
Ah.
I'm just kidding. I didn't tell anyone.
Why did Aaron react surprised there? He's been with Terry the entire time. He knows he couldn't have done that.
But is it okay if I post this picture?
No!
I'm kidding. I just tease every now and then. But seriously, you don't have to worry.
Good. I was already embarrassed because I said the word dookie.
Dookie.
You mean like as in Dookie Chew, Aphmau? Remember Dookie Chew? Yeah, it's so embarrassing for her. Well, in real life it's not, clearly.
She's a comedical genius, Aaron.
No, that'd be Blaze.
I'm not.
I was trying to make you feel better.
Or
Aw,
Jason Lord.
thank you.
She changes mood so quickly.
That's females for you.
I was trying not to make that joke, but thank you anyway. Great. It's like, mood shifts so quickly. Women, am I right? Anyway.
But like, it's so obvious. It's just
Jane.
there.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave
how's
it
it
there,
going?
please. God.
Hey, stop being a wet noodle. I'm trying to start a conversation.
About what? We never talk. Like, ever.
Oh, come on, don't be.
I mean, to be honest, that is kind of Travis's fault, because Travis seemed to hate Zane. Zane didn't really do that much to him at all. Unless during the last bits of Phoenix Drop High, the ones we didn't see. Maybe.
Now that's just childish.
No. Because in season 1,
Also, how did Zane stick out his tongue? Did he like puncture the mask? Sorry,
like in season
carry
1,
on.
I don't think that would be an issue because towards the end of season 1, in the like Travis was the host, remember? And he was a pretty neutral host then.
Well, he was always a neutral. I mean, he was barely even a host at all because Michael only seems to be doing anything to him recently.
No. I mean the host of the game show between Aaron and Zane. The Who Knows Aphmau Best.
All right. Yes. Okay, I see what,
So I
see what you
don't
mean.
think that was like an intentional. Like I'm pretty sure because they seemed like acquaintances, like perfectly like mutual, like neutral, I guess.
Yeah.
In season 1, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. Then afterwards, it's like, oh, what the heck? What did Zane do to you, Travis? Why? Anyway.
Sorry it took a bit.
Not a problem. You look stunning.
You look exactly the same as you have for the past few episodes.
Let's just get going. I'm ready for food.
Wow, Zane. What a great boyfriend you're gonna make. It's like, wow, you look stunning. Let's get out of here. Zane want food.
Food?
Yes.
Hey!
Why do I imagine this is like a fanfic written by Quadzi, in the sense that there's one character that just like degrades everyone, thinks for themselves, only about themselves, and then suddenly another one just shows up out of nowhere with no rhyme or reason of being there.
Hey, Garth!
Because Gareth.
Oh, Gareth, brother! Wanna come with us to a party? So you can keep Travis busy and away from me?
What? You've got Caitlin there, you fool!
No, Caitlin's gonna be busy.
What, with Kai? No, she's gonna be around with Travis. Obviously.
Boring.
Alright, Gareth, you.
Why is Travis boring?
It's more dramatic when like I don't know, like Travis is funny as like when he's got demon ears and stuff.
Demon ears?
When he's got like purple horns.
Is that where demons hear from? Speak up, I didn't get that.
Yes. That's what they hear from now. That's a thing. That's permanent.
Oh, good lord. Okay. Anyways, point is, yeah, there's Kenny Busy with Travis, traveling for life. Yay.
You can come.
Travin's honestly like the first like thing that I like majorly shipped in any capacity.
What are we doing anyway?
So
It's
sad.
the Ruan fundraiser. It's supposed to be a party, but all the money spent there goes to the
Did you forget already?
yeah.
It goes to fund the wildlife around Starlight.
Wow, fundraiser sounds boring. Party sound fun though.
I can agree on that.
So is everyone going to be in
Wow. All I'm thinking about now is, I know people have seen this video, but Tommy in it did a video a while ago where he like hosted like a competition between like a bunch of YouTubers and stuff, or like an improv like variety show, and went out of theater. And then what he did was he said to the audience, like when they first came on stage, he was like, "We got to wrap this up because they told me I can't go on for too long because they need the venue for a charity show." And then immediately he goes, "Boo! We hate charity. We hate charity." And then like, the whole audience goes, "We hate charity" at the same time.
That sounds so awesome.
Yeah.
an animal costume, or is everyone dressed up like a fish or something?
I don't think that.
Oh, do you
Nah, they're all dressed as sea buns.
think they'll have animal face painting?
I don't think they will. It's an adult party, and that's kind of.
That's a very specific thing for what presumably will be a family resort.
Sounds amazing!
Well, if they publish it as serving alcohol,
I guess.
Because there
They
was
don't
a
really
bar, from what I remember.
Oh, well, I guess Melissa needs her red wine.
Be a super cute cheetah. Rawr.
I want to be a dolphin! The swans of the sea!
Now he's Dolphin Man, half dolphin, half man. Hear him screech at night, 'cause he just wants a friend. Anyway, I'll stop.
Why don't you just be a swan?
Swan of the sea! Let's go!
You know why Garth likes to dress up as birds, particularly swans? Because of the feathers. That's right, we're bringing all the season 1 callbacks today. That's what we're doing. Go!
Well, if you can't beat him.
Who said we couldn't beat him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd be great at hosting that.
I was about to say, Jacob would not be allowed to participate.
Sane!
It's an unfair advantage.
That's what they say to me about Harry Potter trivia as well. Like, when I play it with my family, they're like, they don't let me participate anymore.
Seriously, though, should we let them get there and find out, or should we just tell them? I love ruining people's expectations.
I mean, they might have it.
We'll see.
3, 2, 1. Nah.
Face painting! Get your face painting here. I don't know.
It's just what I do when I'm so try not to hold me down, feel alive.
Okay.
I'm in this town. Jacob!
I pause it because, like, if it gets to the end of the video, it always, like, closes, and then, you know, it, like the whole tab gets removed. Also, yeah. So, yeah, behold Aphmau advertising her backpack and lunchbox that you can no longer purchase, I don't think.
Someone had that at my school, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I said it before, but the one person I have seen in real life who was also an Aphmau fan, at least at the time that, you know, I saw them last, because I've seen Adri in real life before, but he was an Aphmau fan after he moved, so, you know, I converted him later. Yeah, the one person I've seen in real life who was an Aphmau fan, that was this girl who went to, like, the drama club I was doing volunteering as, and she had an Aphmau backpack on. So I tried to say, like, oh, wow, I love Aphmau. I don't know if it was that one specifically, but yes. I tried to say, like, oh, wow, I love Aphmau. You've got Aphmau. That's so cool. And she was like, okay. Like, talk to me. I want to engage. I want to have a conversation about this person. I think that might have been, like, pre-Truth About Travis theory. So no one that I was around would talk about Aphmau. And so just, maybe that was, like, the catalyst for me posting that video. It's like, I hope someone takes the bait here and actually, like, and actually starts a conversation. Like, just one person in the comments, please. And then, you know, like, hundreds of people did. So I'm, you know, and then thousands viewed it. So yeah, I'm glad. Also, yeah, weirdly enough. So yeah, go on.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, weird enough, there's something like is happening again to some extent. Like, the stream before last one that has been posted at the moment, actually, which was the VOD of episode 9, weirdly enough, has now got 2.1 thousand views. It's like, why that one specifically? Out of all of the MyStreet 5 videos I've been doing for the past 2 years, why specifically that one? Are people still wondering what Kawaii-chan's real name is? Even though in Modern Aphmau she's not even called Kawaii-chan anymore, she's just called KC. Even though calling her Nana would have would have solved the issue entirely. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tommy in it is a classically unjustifiable child, which is hilarious. Yes. We hate charity. We hate charity.
I was, like, semi-pleasantly surprised to find that my roommate knew who Aphmau was.
Yeah, lucky you. I kept trying to tell people about Aphmau in university as well, and I was, you know, and no one was able to contribute anything.
Yeah, but we're just kind of that age. Like,
you're not only that age, but you're also that location.
Yeah, I'm in America. It's such a novel concept.
I mean, yeah. Maybe
But
maybe
like,
that's part.
it's just like a thing. I don't know. Like, she was really big. Like, if I asked anyone from my elementary school or my middle school, I'm pretty sure they would know who Aphmau was. But nobody
Did it-
talked about her.
I was gonna say, was Aphmau that popular when you were in elementary school? I'm not sure.
Well, the end of elementary school.
I suppose.
Like, she was popular before I found out who she was at my elementary school.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't talk to people. I didn't use YouTube at the time. Didn't have any social media whatsoever. Like, I think at the time I was just starting to watch SpongeBob and figuring out that SpongeBob was scary, which is granted I was like 11.
I mean, SpongeBob can be scary sometimes. That's not. Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
just like the whole concept was like mind-boggling, or how Stuart Little was scary, or how Ratatouille is scary.
Well, Stuart Little is scary because of the 2002 CGI that they had. that's kind of makes like somewhat of sense. I reckon if you'd seen Jimmy Neutron, you would have found that scary as well. I imagine for the same reason.
Never watched Jimmy Neutron.
Well, you may find it scary. I don't know. I noticed that video is getting a amount of views, and I was like, huh? Yeah, exactly. Speaking of unprecedented events or whatever.
Is it really that crazy? I haven't even looked.
Well, I mean, like in comparison to the other ones, like around it, like all the other streams I've done since, yes. In fact, it's still. I have an extension that tells me like how many views per hour a video is doing if it's like performing particularly, and that one, like it peaked at 20 views per hour, and it's now like still, even though like it's been like 5 days, it's still at 16, so it hasn't even declined that much.
92, 39, 122, 2.1 thousand, 23, 112, 43, 608. That's like a third of the way there.
Exactly, but you can like tell if you like put those numbers on a graph or something. It's like 92, 93, 221,000.
Yeah, that's exactly what it would look like.
Yeah, it's like absolutely no idea, because I don't think I did anything differently that time except for get the thumbnail wrong for the first few people and then change it later. I think that's what I have to do. I just have to change the thumbnail and title. Who knows? Then again, the thumbnail that I got wrong was actually the one that I got to put on the next video. So, oh wait, no. The one before that was the one that I got wrong. So then posting the right thumbnail was the one with the 2.1,000. Maybe just having Kawaii-chan the thumbnail. I just like put Kawaii-chan's face over the top of the next thumbnail and then just like not address it. It's like, why is that a Photoshop of Kawaii-chan's face over the top of this one?
I just realized something.
Yeah.
Some of these some of the live stream like repost videos have like hundreds of views.
Yeah.
But like I was definitely under the impression that I knew like everybody who would watch these. But now I'm just thinking about this, and I definitely don't know everybody who's seen these.
Well, you know the people who watch them live. What confuses me is the fact that those are VODs that have previously done streams. So I would have thought they wouldn't actually perform that well at all, because the people who were like that, who would have, interested, would have already seen them. Like a few of them were picked up in the archives or something. But no, apparently people just missed out altogether. But they have, but yeah, I don't know. It's being recommended
just like
now.
I just realized that there are like people who I've never even heard of that have like watched your stuff, like, because it's just weird, because like the people in the stream is very closed community sort of thing. Like not a closed community, but it's definitely like a preset sort of thing. Like Andromeda or why am I blanking
Josh,
right now?
Of course.
What?
Yeah, you've got Andromeda, Josh.
Yeah.
Prissy Plays. Occasionally
MD Penguin.
Yeah.
Me, BB, Aiden. Well, less Aiden. If Aiden's around, he's in the stream.
Sometimes Mimi and Polar, like on the very rare occasion, and then a few who like come in every now and then. I don't know. And I know there's like other people whose names there's like they'll show up after several other ones as well. So like I don't know, like Audrey Doodles will appear every now and then. At some point, I don't know. It's quite bizarre, but yeah, I'm not complaining. By the way, there's a question for you, Maya. Where did you get the word reset from? Are you seeing from season 6 or Void Paradox?
Oh, I don't know where I'm getting it from. I've definitely heard it in canon. I think I'm getting it from MyStreet season 6 because I watched part of Void Paradox, but I honestly don't remember much of it, which is why I didn't pick it up again. Because, like, I started Void Paradox, I think, and I honestly might have finished it and I just wouldn't remember.
BB says that she doesn't remember there being a world reset. Also, why on earth do you BB? Oh, sorry, yeah, BB butter. There's 2 R's now. Or is that like to be in solidarity with Polar or something like that?
That would make sense, I think.
Oh, because BB Butter was taken. I see.
Wait, has it always been BB Butter?
Well, I haven't seen her on Twitch before, so that might be why.
Oh,
Twitch. Of course, because this is the new account. This is the new account that BB's just started streaming on. So I guess if you're watching this video, then go ahead and follow BB Butter on Twitch at some point. And also one things, yeah. I have 2 videos that hit over 1K views. I consider that uncanny too, considering my videos would hit 20 to 500 on average, depending on the style. Well, yeah. In that case, I would actually somewhat expect, if you're consistent with uploading, that there'll be a couple of them that break the mold every now and then. I'm just surprised that when videos of mine break the mold to that degree. Because I mean, actually, I looked at my dashboard today, and that one stream has gained the same amount of of views in one day that some of the season 2 Mutant Girl videos have in the whole time they've been uploaded for. So yeah, definitely an imbalance at the very least. And yes, I know I've seen that particular account, the Chris G83 one, but yeah. And you are right, that isn't a searchable. I'm glad that somebody is actually making the conscious choice to actually make their name searchable.
My name's searchable.
We've already had enough, but you don't post anything, and you also said that your channel's not for share, so you don't need your name to be searchable.
Yeah, it just happens to be searchable.
There's that.
No, I made it searchable because then people could type it into Minecraft. Because it all stemmed from my Minecraft account, like that first one.
Okay, that's fair. And yeah, also yeah, it's also good to have people like Dennis. If people wonder like why I have some people, actually, I will say, not everyone says this, but a few of them wonder why like my name is the same on everything, or why I have like the same profile picture all the time and don't change that, or like never update this stuff. It's like I want people to know that it's me. If you completely like rebrand yourself and just call yourself something random, if you go from Bangtan something to Taeyong saxophone, for example, which is something that they did on Discord itself.
Okay.
And you don't
but
tell
those
anyone.
Are different. Those are different. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Those are different. That's my
point. Yeah, but they're both K-pop.
Okay, great. In the vast genre of K-pop, you happen to pick 2 of them. That's fantastic. In a group chat that you're in with most people that you know aren't K-pop stans, so there's no excuse really. I mean, even on YouTube, we have people like with very long names sometimes that are very difficult to actually remember the whole way through, or not misspell if you're somebody who doesn't spell correctly. Which I know there are a lot of people in my radar that don't.
What about Aiden's name? It's literally spelt wrong, but for a good reason.
Because he's actually That's because that's how he actually spells his name.
No, I mean, duh.
Oh, even like the duh. Okay, fine. That's not too bad because once you like hear it for the first time, like as you see it, you remember it. It's catchy enough to get away with it. Anyway, Andromeda is pretty / XX pretty girl XX / pretty plays. Again, another issue with not having the same name. Says, I do have part of a theory to relook after discovering something isn't right, which is confirmed from Aphmau on a post. After discovering something isn't right, with what and when would be my question there. I don't think it shook my theory a whole bunch. You don't think what shook your theory? Oh, sorry, no, I mistook what you're saying. I thought you said like the theory was about something wasn't right. Okay, so you read something wasn't right. Yeah, actually, I will say one of my most popular videos, is actually two of my most popular videos actually.
The truth about Travis?
No. That's not that. I mean, it's not like number one. There's a few of the other ones. So there's like the MyStreet multiverse and revisiting the MyStreet multiverse, which actually both have like 1.3 thousand views each. So they're like, they're equal then. The revisiting one is like a little bit more, which is good because that's meant to be like a revised edition of what I'd done. The thing is, I then found out that like one piece of my theory is that like there's one image in the big move that completely destroys everything. It's like 2 videos down the drain that did exceptionally well in comparison to the others. I was like, It's almost as bad as when like the Emmeline ghost reveal actually did come around and we just found out that the ludicrous idea of the ghost as Emmeline thing actually turned out to be the true version, even though my theory actually, I still insist, made more sense.
Haha.
Well, then I think about it, I'm pretty sure that Emmeline is like in my thumbnail, which might be why I think I was trying to trick people. It's like, oh, I'm going to say Ghost as Emmeline, but guess what? I didn't. But that's your brain thinking that the thumbnail was the answer. But no, the thumbnail was the question. Yeah, and that's like my second. That was my second most popular video for a while. Then the Zane song took over, which I'm very glad about actually, because I can stand by the Zane song way easier than a theory that's been debunked by the series itself as it went along. Okay, speaking of the series, we should wrap this up and talk about the actual merits of the episode itself that we have just witnessed. I had a really good time with this one. Again, it goes back to mostly lighthearted MyStreet with a little tinge of foreshadowing in there. And I think that's a good balance. We've already had Aphmau acting in pain and that being too funny, but now she's recovered. We can actually, the laughs that are in here actually make a lot more sense. We also got plenty of Zane gossip, or not really. I would have rather that Kawaii actually responded to some of Caitlin's questions. You missed this scene, by the way, that Caitlin actually starts interrogating Kawaii about like everything. How does Zane kiss through the mask or something, or does he like move it? What are his lips like, etc. What Kawaii finds hot about Zane, stuff like that. And she just asked them so quick that we never actually get a response from her, and from any of them. So I guess we'll never know. Yeah. So that would have been nice, but again, it's great to have Kate and Kawaii actually catching up, the remaining roommates, as well as having, Aphmau, Zane-chan, and Travlin in the same episode. So all the shipping fans out there, myself included, can be happy about something. And also, Kawaii and Melissa would totally be best friends at one point. Again, I will stand by that. If you want to turn that into a ship of some description, then I don't know, be my guest, whatever. Kawaii,
I can see them as friends, but like, I don't know.
I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad to know that even you have your limits sometimes, because I do wonder. It's hard to tell occasionally.
Like I could ship them, I just don't.
Okay. Again, reassuring that you draw the line somewhere.
Yeah,
Even
like
if
Uraraka
for
and
some
Deku.
reason-
Like, I can't ship that for the life of me. I can't even stand it.
Really, there's many clues in the series that they're going that way.
I don't care about the clues in the
directing
series. I just
chemistry.
don't like them as a couple.
Okay. I feel like there's more to unpack there, but I'm not gonna unbox that now. By the way, did you see the speaking of Aiden, actually, did you see the comic dub that I sent you of the one that Aiden
Oh, I
voiced
forgot
in?
about that. It was like late at night or something. I
see.
saw it and then I fell asleep.
That one is an Uraraka and Deku one, but still.
Ugh. So
It's
gross.
look, it's good to watch on its own just because, Aiden's in it. When I watched it, I didn't know anything about My Hero Academia. Well, when I watched it the first time. Then when I watched it the second time, I was like, what on earth has happened? Why is all of Well, okay. It's mostly
Also, All
because
Might can
yeah.
just like go die in a hole.
Oh, don't worry, he doesn't feature in the comic at all.
Sweet.
I think the only people that feature there are Uraraka and Deku themselves and also Ida.
Ida.
So, I'm happy as well. Anywho, we're off topic now. Anything else you want to say about the episode?
Less Melissa.
Less Melissa. Interesting.
I like Melissa, but like, I like business Melissa. Because like business, like, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
please.
similar to
She
Melissa.
has business meetings and drinks red wine and
that's funny, but like the running around the island with Kawaii-chan just, I don't know.
I will say it's another example of Aphmau dumbing down a character because she thinks that will make them automatically funnier. A lot of the time it does work, but again, it comes at the cost of the original personality. So eventually, they all end up being goofballs of themselves. Fittingly enough, the fate they would also come to in the modern day.
This was in 2019 when it was posted. So during the production of MSS6, for me, it means it would be canon since Void Paradox would be made around that time too.
Also, what do you mean? Hold on, you're saying this was in 2019 when it was posted? When what was posted? This episode was 2017. We wouldn't be here for
5
2019.
years later.
Yes, exactly.
Oh wait, there's 2 lines before then that we skipped. Or 2.
Well, that you skipped. I was getting ready to read the chat, but you just skipped to the last message.
I didn't notice the other 2.
Oh my word. Okay. Right, let me just see. Yeah, it doesn't be sad though. Talk about the theory before that had a few details that were like messed up or something.
Yeah.
MCD and MyStreet being in the same timeline. I found a post on Tumblr from answering the question about the 2 series being AUs or in the same timeline.
Alternate universes are not in the same timeline generally.
Well, that's why it says AUs or in the same timeline. However, it means that I have another information that can save most of my theory from being reworked. I mean, didn't we get confirmation in season 6 that they actually that they are in the same timeline? One is the future of the other because of the demon warlock being in both, referencing Irene, who is also very clearly there, and potentially
However,
Shad also passed the
dimensional
judgment.
travel we did discover was real, and if whatever the hell happened to Lawrence was somehow overcome, then it could be AUs.
I suppose maybe if Irene wanted to choose people to save and reincarnate, she would have done so somewhere else instead of just so far down the line.
Additionally, altering the timeline to that degree could possibly produce another. It could fracture. It could fracture to the point of like. How do I describe it? Have you seen the What If series? I know BB hates it.
That's an incredibly vague sentence. The What If series, there are several.
Disney's What If series.
No, Dan.
Okay. In the last episode, it's like there's a fracture in the world that allows someone to change universes. by force.
Okay, isn't that the same thing as void travel?
I can't really remember. That's why I'm trying to describe it in another way, because I don't remember the exact details of Void Paradox, to be honest. I kind of watched it as it was coming out and not with much attention to detail.
Sounds about right. Okay, hold on. I don't believe that for a lot. Hold on, let me just. We didn't get to the end of this. 2019 was when the theory was posted during the production of season 6. For me, it means it would be canon since Void Paradox would be made around that time too. And yes, MT and MyStreet are definitely the same timeline. But what we just said now, I was about to say yet again, if they had used a different dimension, it wouldn't make any sense because the descendant line is the exact same. What would be the point? Okay, I didn't believe that for a long time since we have two duplicates of people in separate timelines. That's why I mentioned corporeal fragments in my MyStreet multiverse theories, which again, mostly got debunked, but I stand by the corporeal fragments part at the very least. It still me how the Shell Knight or Joy of Nine form happened and then just never got brought back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know who else it annoys a lot? Aiden, because every time I bring it up, like, or quote the scene, he will always have a go at me. It's like, no, that's not canon, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it is canon, but it also just is dumb.
Like, the Jury of 9 could have been so much cooler if you had actually just, like, not just, like, casually gotten rid of them.
I mean, yeah, I see. That's true. Some of them just show up as like, remember Ivy? It's like, hi, I am Ivy. I'm the new member of the Jury of 9. Oh no, where's my head? Oh, a phoenix ate it. Sorry, a wyvern ate it.
Like, the Jury of 9 seemed so cool, and it just went to shambles from being unaddressed.
Mm-hmm. What happened to Lawrence is what I call a grandfather paradox. Okay, please define what that is then.
I do know this. I have read about this, in fact. For Marvel, obviously, because why else would I be Googling this? But why do I know this? Oh, why am I blanking? I swear I've heard of this, and I don't remember why. Did I cover this in physics? Is this the one? Oh, it was from Flash. It was from Flash. It's I'm pretty sure
I learned this in school. Oh no, it's from a fictional series.
Well, because I'm pretty sure the grandfather paradox was like going back in time and then like interacting with your ancestors and then like basically erasing yourself. Does that make sense?
I'm just thinking of Back to the Future right now, but that doesn't really make sense. Why would be a grandfather in that situation?
Okay, like you killed, like, so your grandfather died, but you're in the past and you're with your, like, you caused your grandfather's death, or you were there, or you killed your grandfather or whatever. So then technically your parents never would have been.
Yeah, but then of course you would never have been around to actually exist in order to actually, let's say, cause your grandfather's death in the first place, and then okay. I suppose. All right. Grandfather clock paradox. There we go. All right. Okay. Also, believe that Jess said what I believe what Jess said be not canon, because who knows what she would do to a story just like their characters' personalities. Again, she would dumb them down. The Aphmau ray, exactly. I'm pretty sure I said that at one point, didn't I? I said it'd be hit by the Aphmau ray. Describing what happened to Surfer Boy Daniel, and then like, you became like this, Daniel.
Oh my god, BB Butter. Okay.
No, that's I'm pretty sure if anything that'd be a father paradox in that sense, or a mother paradox, depending on whichever one. Or just again a Marty McFly paradox if Lorraine had her way during the enchantment under the sea dance, because yeah, she was bold, especially for a girl in the 50s. Actually, now I think about it. On one hand, I would say good on her, just you picked the wrong guy.
Mhm.
Okay, and on that random note, we come to the end of this stream with no way to transition back. So yeah, when is the next episode gonna come out? I don't know why I didn't like this video before, but I do now. I press the thing. Let's see. Okay, so the next episode is It's Time. Which I'm guessing might be because of we mentioned before, like the plan of proposing or something. Oh, I just noticed, like in the thumbnail of this video we're watching now, Aaron's ears are all droopy, so I guess he can move them canonically. I don't know, whatever. So next episode will be It's Time, and that would be on September the 2nd, same time, same place, 5 years later. Until then, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, or I guess follow if you haven't done so already. And also, if you're on Twitch, be sure to follow BB Butter.
Can you follow people on Twitch?
I'm pretty sure that's how you do that on Twitch. People have followers. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Also, don't worry about the miscommunication, pretty please, because clearly the miscommunication that BB had before was far worse than that. So yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. Follow if you've not done so already. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. That's more important to me, honestly. I don't care about Twitch. Twitch sucks. And on that note, until next time, farewell.
Why you gotta hate on Twitch?
I don't know. Facebook Live also. I don't know. Facebook Live's fine.